Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and this is the story finale of Anodyne. Like, it's not the finale because there's still post-game, but let's just get on with the final boss. I'm tired, young. I'm tired of all these cycles. I feel like I'm living the same dream, the same nightmare, over and over again. Lava, 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 water, 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 soup. It's not going to change, young. This is all we'll ever be. Yep, final boss. There's spiky shit, and there's shooty shit. And that's this boss in a nutshell. Also, tennis! I'm not sure what else there's to say, it's just... like, there's a fiery one on the left, there's an icy one on the right. They each have their own special attacks. The fire one does this. Yeah, I kind of fucked that up, because it's sort of difficult to describe and do at the same time. The fire one has this orb, which shoots out fireballs, and it makes the dust around it explode. I need to make all dust explode to stop the attack, or make that happen. And basically use the fire side to attack the icy side, and use the icy side's attack to attack the fire side. And then just attack. Like, stun it with the other's attack, and then, like, shoot it in the face with your broom. The icy side is just Ganon-style tennis. So, yeah, it's just this. Doesn't really get much harder than just keep hitting it with the broom. Yeah, hitting the fire side is much easier than... well, I should say stunning the fire side is much easier than stunning the ice side, just because the fire one is much more puzzle-based, and also there are these sweet spots where you can just hide from the other, like the circuit. These sort of, whatchamacallit, what's it called? That bullet hell game with the Gensokyo. The Bay knows this, and he's going to kill me for not knowing. Toho, that's it. Toho style bullet hell. Anyway, you kind of have to set off a bit of a chain for this last one, because when one of the things, I think we won. Basically, when a fireball hits one of the dust explodes into 4 directions, and then that can cause a chain reaction. And the things can't go through those clouds of blue, and so you need to make it go round a corner, is what I'm trying to say. I can't describe it very well, because I beat it too quickly. See, they always make that boss look really difficult, but I just did it in one. Anyway, goodbye, young. Bitch, can you not? Also, this is the ghosty fuck that we've been seeing, in case that wasn't obvious. This is the Briar. Ghosty, bitch, wait! Dude, young. But we're gonna die of drown! Don't leave me here. Oh, okay, we're going to Jesus. Kick your feet, move your arms. Jeez, you wouldn't last a minute without me. Well, come on, let's go get a sandwich or something. Strangest post-boss comment ever. You did adequately, until we meet again. So in this area, we can't go back down, but we can walk through water indefinitely, but this doesn't last throughout the post-game. We just fade away, like the Briar. And then the screen goes all woobly, and sugary, and wiggly blob. Those are words. See, this is the first LP that I've ever partaken of, where they've had no trouble whatsoever with the final boss. I can't even. I only died once in my practice run, and they did even better this time. And granted, I did tank a few hits, but whatever. Anyway, that was Anodyne. Now, I could hold down one of the buttons to make this scroll by faster, but I'm not going to. So you can watch the credits. This game, I don't really have my thoughts all collected about what it is at the moment, but it does seem to be some sort of... some sort of... not euphemism... allegory of sorts, I suppose? The whole thing's implied to take place within... I don't know, a dream world or some sort of representation of Young's inner psyche and whatnot. I don't know, I feel like I could do a better video on this sort of thing separately, where I collect my thoughts and talk about them. But in essence, I suppose he's coming to terms with himself and life and shit. I don't know, I woke up like 2 hours ago, so you have to forgive me for not being exactly on point with collecting my thoughts, but plus my throat is being all weird. So I suppose this game is kind of the story of Young being all introspective and, I don't know, like, well, the Cliff Dungeon is one of the ones I was going to talk about, how the whole dungeon represents social anxiety, and each of the dungeons represent different things. So the first dungeon, Temple of the Seeing One, I suppose, would be paranoia, because, you know, the boss is this seeing one who sees everything. There are these eye statues everywhere, so the paranoia dungeon. I think the Red Caves is something to do with a fear of independence, because that's, like, they're set inside the bodies of these hideous animals who, like, in order to be born, their mother has to die. So I suppose there's this... Yeah, they were even saying on those stone tablets, we would not have bought our existence with her suffering, or something like that. So, you know, fear of independence. Obviously, the Cliff Dungeon is anxiety, because there's... You know, they're the random guys that wander around, and they're a crowd, and they make crowd noises. Also, here's the list of enemies, and they're quite entertaining. Where did I get up to? Yes, the fact that the boss of that dungeon is a wall with a mouth, and that wall can't get Young's name correct. It just, it's sort of a way of saying also that there's Mega Man there in the top left corner, just underneath the Red Caves boss. Yep, there he is. Anyway, like this wall doesn't really care about Young. It's just it's made of people, if you see what I mean. Young's apartment, I suppose that's kind of a reiteration of fear of independence, but in the context of fearing what you're capable of when you're left to your own devices. Kind of the same thing as Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared 1, sort of what happens when you get too creative. The hotel, I'm not sure what that represents, to be honest, and I think the circus, to an extent, is quite literally a circus of fear, sort of a fearing life, I suppose. Like, in a way that these people believe that the only way they can achieve, I don't know, something, absolution, I suppose, is by sacrificing themselves, and maybe it's not so much fear as it is internal conflict, not really understanding how to cope with one's problems, and thus fearing doing the wrong thing to cope with said problems. But yeah, I'm still kind of hung up on what the hotel represents. I suppose it could be... It sort of kind of harkens back to this idea of being independent, again. A fear of... So while the Red Caves is fear of gaining independence, and the apartment is fear of what you do with independence, like, of your own volition, the hotel is more like fearing what you will have to do in order to survive when you are independent. And... why, thank you, Seagaia people. Yes, I did enjoy this game. Thank you, very good. And there are the cube faces. And I suppose the space area just before the hotel, like I said, plays on this idea of internet friends and internet stuff. Now you have the ability to explore Young's world with almost no limitations via the swap. Save game, absolutely. So, yeah. You know, when I kept saying, oh, we'll come back later, we've got a little Briar icon in the corner saying, yes, we completed the game. 0 deaths, might I add. Well, I mean, I died once, but since it didn't save. Anyway, we're back here, but now we can use the swap anywhere. And it is so broken. Like, literally, it is a very broken power. Like, the game is not designed to allow you to use swap everywhere, and that's why, at first, you can only use it on this screen. But there is a whole load... Like, this is a water tile, for instance, and, like, you can't change collision detection, but some tiles are solid, and you can... Like, if a tile itself is solid, then the solidity moves with it, but if the solidity is on a different layer from the tile, and this is kind of really specific detail I'm going into, then... Like, you can't change the properties of a tile unless the properties are directly tied to the object that you're moving. How to describe... Anyway, this actually isn't anything. That was a deliberate non-tease on my part. Unless you can put it somewhere that makes it something, I don't know. I don't think there's any way of making it do anything. So I'll be doing the post-game. I feel like there'll be maybe 2 or 3 episodes of that. So, by way of a weird coincidence, I think I will end up having all my series that are ongoing at the moment finish at the same time. So I think what I will start with, also, by the way, there are more cards to be obtained, as this implies. But they, like, the cards past number 37, or the cards on that last page, apart from the goldfish one, aren't mentioned. Like, these red gems don't indicate anything pertinent to the last page of cards. So, if you have everything except the last page of cards, they will turn up, these gems will start glowing red. And if you have all the cards, then they're not going to change. There's no indication, basically, that you've got the cards past that last number. I am describing so shittily. But here's a brief taste of the swap's power. You can build a bridge and shit. I mean, there's actually nothing over here, but just sort of an example of what you can do with this kind of power. And as long as you have 2 tiles that you can walk across, you can actually pretty much go anywhere. But what I shall do for the moment is, I kind of want to show off the thing that I said in the Red Marsh that we'll come back to, but at the same time, yeah, I think I'll do that first, just to demonstrate that there is a post-game to be had, there is more to this game, there are still things. Why can I not words this morning? Well, actually, it's 25 past 1, but still. To demonstrate that there is a post-game and it's not just, oh, you got the swap, you can go around and break the world as a reward for beating the game. No, there is more to it than that. Now then, this... I'm not even sure if you need the swap for this. It's just... Yeah, you do. Oh, wait, no, you don't. But this, that path, I believe, isn't open to you until you beat the game. But then there's this, it's just a patch of grass, you might say, but you're wrong. Oh, shit, son. Binding of Isaac. In case you didn't recognize the music. And there is Pooh! Also, if we take a look at the map, this is actually technically part of the Red Caves dungeon. Just in terms of where it is on the map. And, this kind of freaked me out in a good way when I first found it, because I didn't recognize the reference at first. Also, when I first got in here, I glitched my way in. I didn't find the way you're supposed to come in. I just sort of glitched through the Red Caves dungeon itself. I went out of bounds using the swap tool and found my way in here. And if you do it that way, then it plays the Red Caves music, and the tile set is, as it would be for normal Anodyne, so... these would appear as flowers, and they'd be shooting pollen instead of blood, and these bloody Isaacs would be, I believe, the jelly enemies, and these things would just be the normal, slidey, spiky things. But yes, this is a really cool and really random homage, but certainly well done. I suppose it's nice when one indie game can shout out to another. And you can't kill the Pooh, but I believe you can swap it. Not what I meant to do. So you can go out of bounds, but a lot of the time it will just glitch shit. Yeah, you can't move the Pooh. But it's alright, because those coins don't really do anything anyway, they're just there for aesthetic pleasures. Anyway, we're done here. Our treasure was a golden Pooh. So I shall leave them, we shall look at that. In fact, you know what, I'm going to stay in here because the music is kind of epic, but we've now opened this question mark section of the menu. You're rolling in it. It's a poop joke. And that's the Binding of Isaac mini-dungeon. Like I said, a really cool homage. It's nice that indie games can reference each other like that. Now, I'm kind of torn that there is a really major area two really major areas that are tied to the post-game. One of them is found in the windmill area, and, that kind of connects to somewhere that we... I'll be straight with people. There are, I think, 2 or 3 more card gates in the game. One of them requires, I think, 48 cards, one requires 49, and one requires 50. And there are only 49 cards in the game. Oh, wait, are there? I don't remember. There's... Essentially, there is a gate that does not open, because there are not enough cards in the game to open it. And there is no way of opening it. I think you can glitch past it, but it's not intended to be opened. There is one way of glitching this Nexus area somehow through a glitch, because glitching... Anyway, it allows you to get a card that wouldn't otherwise exist, and you can open one of the gates like that, but... I don't know, it fucks with the game. Anyway, the other place I was thinking of... I suppose I can show it off in the last 5 minutes here. And this is probably the most notorious of the post-game areas, but in this game, but I'm trying to remember where I listed off as saying, don't worry, we'll come back to this. Well, I mean, there's an open square down from here, according to the map, so move tree. Yay! Now, it is very much possible to get stuck while you are, going out of bounds with the swap tool. So, expect to have to walk back to the Nexus frequently, essentially. And sometimes you'll see areas that just glitch the fuck out like that, because they are not designed for human consumption. Like, a lot of these areas are put in, they're just not designed to be normally accessible, and then there are bits that just aren't supposed to exist on the map at all, and so it glitches out. An explorer is you! Please don't go south, it's under construction. So, yeah, I teased that rock before, and yeah, just don't go into the glitchy areas. You're going to have a bad experience. Now, which way should I... Anyway, I don't actually remember what it's called. It's like something station. There's a station near here, and it's kind of the hubby-ary nexus sort of the post-game. It's the epitome of the post-game, essentially, and I'm gonna... You can't attack using the swap, so I have to change back to the extend tool, because I'm pretty sure it's up here somewhere. I know it's in this vicinity. I know it's sort of to the up of this kind of area. Ah, here we go. See, a lot of places that weren't accessible before are very much accessible now, and this is one of the two most deliberate. And shit does get really difficult from here onwards. Although, this isn't intentionally... Like, this isn't one of the difficult areas, it's just a lot of the post-game is difficult. Welcome to Overworld Station. We hope you enjoyed your time in the land. I can't trust rocks that are out of bounds in case they do the whole sassy, I'm gonna say more than one thing kind of thing. Anyway, this also counts as inside the Temple of the Seeing One, but if we take away the wall, we can actually keep going. And keep going. And then jump, and then jump, and... Overworld Station. A lot of... this is kind of... I believe this place is called the Archives. There is stuff in here beyond human comprehension. I don't remember which way you're supposed to go first. I know there is stuff in here. There's a warp on the left, a warp on the right. I don't remember which one goes where. Right. From here onwards, this playthrough is essentially going to become kind of like Let's Finish Minish Cap, in that I'm going to have to like make a checklist and improvise, in essence. So yeah, kind of got myself stuck here, so I think that's a good place to end it off. But you get the idea. The game is much bigger than you might have originally thought. So actually, one thing I will show off is one of the... I'm pretty sure there's one card around here, and I think it's down from here? Is it? Game? Okay, it's not down from here. I know it's in this area somewhere. There's a way that you can go. And just staring at the game, hoping that words will somehow magically come to me. I think it's north of here. If I can... There we go. Oh, no, apparently not. Okay, definitely not. I know it's here somewhere. I know that there is a thing here somewhere. Maybe it is south of the beginning. You just need to fancily flugle your way around it. Which kind of reminds me of the film Spy Kids. Okay, can't go around that way. I know that you exist here in some capacity. Game, why must you tease? It must be... I don't remember, I just know it's here somewhere. There you are, you bitch. There we go. Remember that random zombie guy from right at the beginning of the game that didn't really serve any purpose? Well, he has a card. Not really getting these in order because I don't remember what the order is, but... I'm nothing but an illusion. You're damn right you are. So on that note, I have been and will continue to be tessellating all of the Hexagons. this is the post-game, and yes, expect glitchy shit and shenanigans in the next couple of episodes. So, see you then, or so I hope.